Hi, welcome to Community Calendar. I'm here with Kathy Michelson, and we are going to talk about what with the morning Rotary?
Roses. You know it for sure is fall and soon November because we're talking roses.
All right, so tell me, I'm familiar with this. I'm happy to have you on again to talk about this because this is an important thing and it goes to good cause.
Yes. Yeah, we
You
always.
take the mic.
Okay,
You're
thank
in.
you.
Yep,
I'm
you're
in.
the star.
Yeah, all the money we raise at all of our fundraisers, we do put back into Detroit Lakes and surrounding communities, Frazee, Lake Park Audubon, White Earth, Ogama, Nadawash, and it goes to great things. Kind of our focus is literacy, but we do a whole lot more than that we give money to, like the museum, Cornerstone and Frazee, on and on. So at any rate, it is rose time again, and it seems like I was just here talking about peaches, but how it goes so quickly. Our rose sale this year, it is November 5, 6, and 7 at Bergens and DL Floral. The roses do come in on November 3rd, and that's kind of exciting. And then we do clean them on November 3rd, and we have a fun event that if you belong to our morning club, you guys could come. It's called, somebody was clever when they named this because we were cleaning roses. Rosé for Roses.
Oh,
I know. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And so, let's see, at Bergens, we're going to sell from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday morning, as long as supplies last.
Okay.
And then at DL Floral in the Washington Square Mall, we sell from 10 to 4 on Wednesday and Thursday, and then 10 to 2 on Friday while supplies last. You want this mic back?
No, I'm good. I'm good, but I will ask. Okay, so what color roses are there?
Oh, my goodness. Every year we have to adjust the colors because we run out of a certain color people want. So then we try to adjust it, and then the next year those colors don't sell. So we try to do our best. Anyway, we have red, and then we have the bunches called lollipops. And in the lollipops, you might get 4 different colors, 3 rows of 4 different colors, and then we have a bunch of dozens of just one solid color, like maybe lavender, lime green, white, pink. So those vary each year what we end up with.
Okay. And then how much are, dozen roses?
We are so happy because we held the price at only $20 again. Even though there was a slight increase, but DL Floral is very awesome to us. And so we held it at 20 because we said, you know what? There's so much stuff going on, people deserve a good deal. So they're still only $20.
Oh, $20 a dozen.
Yeah, $20 a dozen. It's a great deal. And we ordered 600 dozen this year.
Ooh.
Well, last year we ran out.
Nice.
But that's what you want to happen. You want to run out, So please come. I know a lot of Rotarians have been selling tickets, and we will honor those even if we run out. But please try to get there sooner than later. And so, and then you get a better choice of what you want too. The sooner you come to pick them up. We accept the tickets and cash or a check, but sorry, no credit cards.
All right, so give us some, I think it's pretty obvious on what you can buy roses for and who for, but give us some ideas. Teachers, spouse, a friend.
For me. No.
For me, right. I can buy myself a dozen. I can buy myself flowers. I don't know the rest of the song.
I don't either.
But good job, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We've had people that come in. One of my favorite things this one year, this gentleman came in, and he was all smiles. And he bought 15 dozen roses. And I said, wow, look at you. He belonged to a widow and widowers bunch, and he bought roses for all the gals in that club. Isn't that awesome? So I know, and I was just like so impressed. And one time we had a young man, and he was standing off, kind of just staring at us, And finally he came over and he said, "How much are the roses?" And I said, $20 or whatever it was at that time. And he said, and he was standing there, and wanted to say, "Well, do you need me to buy them for you?" But what he was doing, he went to the jewelry store in the mall and bought an engagement ring, and then came down to us and bought roses, and he was taking his girlfriend to lunch and going to propose. Now, how awesome is that?
Oh,
I know. But, there's lots of great stories like that. They do, flowers do a lot of good for people.
Right.
And sometimes people buy them and they break them apart and they're going to lunch and they walk around the restaurant and hand a rose out to all these people. But of course, you can buy them for your spouse. You can buy them for your girlfriend. You can buy them for teachers. You can buy them for the babysitter. You can buy them for anybody.
Right. And don't forget the nonprofits out there. And I volunteer at the Marshmallow Foundation, and there's workers everywhere in all these amazing nonprofits that even a rose to your favorite nonprofits and those
Yes.
workers would be great. So
It means so much to people, and it's amazing how many people don't get any expressions of thankfulness, from anybody. And so it is very, very important. And a lot of people, like you say, "Well, I don't have anyone to buy roses for." Oh, yes, you do. You have a lot of people you can buy roses for.
Right. And so before we go, tell me a little bit. Okay. So summarize, first of all, again, really quickly what Breakfast Rotary does, Morning Rotary, because a lot of good, and I know I've been the recipient of that good at the Boys and Girls Club and at all these different nonprofits that you do. But give us a quick little litany.
Well, we do all these fundraisers, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware of all our fundraisers because you support them. We do the big poles and holes, fishing derby, ice fishing derby, coming too soon.
But where does all this money go to? Because,
Okay.
I know you got the peach sale, the derby, the roses,
the wine pairing.
the wine pairing.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are active bunch.
Yes. Well, we do a lot like when people have capital campaigns, like the Washington Park, the museum, Cornerstone and Frazee, Wanigan Park now. We're going to do some stuff there. So we do a lot of that, but then we support the Boys and Girls Club. We support Laker Prep schools. We support the library. We support kids' sports. We support, in the high school, there's a club called Interact, and that's a junior Rotary Club, and we give them money because they do good things within the school systems. We buy books for the schools if they need it. We do scholarships. We did a real fun thing these last few years. We did a pajama deal, and did you see that at all?
No.
Okay, it was quite fun. Okay, so you don't think that some people don't have decent pajamas. So we bought all these pajamas, and we Walmart was really good to work with. And they wrapped them and tied them off and bundled them, and they were delivered to like the Laker Locker, flannel pants at the high school. Lake Park High School has a similar thing going on. The homeless or blessings closet, I guess they call it, at First Lutheran Church. We gave them to the food pantry, the crisis center. So that was a real fun one. And people, we got many notes back how great it was. So we are doing that one again this year.
Oh, I love it. So many good people doing good things.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And so one last time, the buying roses is when?
Okay, I always have to think in my head. 5, 6, and 7
November.
of November at Bergens and DL Floral in the Washington Square Mall.
Okay. I'll put the times on the screen.
Okay.
So awesome. So get your roses. Remember, you can buy a dozen, or you can buy a dozen and split them up, but support Morning Rotary.
Yeah.
All right.
Or support our community is what
Well,
I say.
yes, support our community. Spread some love.
There you go.
All right. Thanks so much, Kathy.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more community calendar right after this.